Okay.
Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to Jerry Miedema's softball complex here as we get ready for a conference contest here in the East Central Conference between the Lady Warriors of Waupun and the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers. Second time around coming here in the conference. Joining me here on the broadcast is going to be Bruce Van de Zand. Bruce, thanks for joining me here.
Great. It's great to be here at the Ball Diamond and great to help you out here a little.
I'm pretty excited about an opportunity to see these girls. You do a lot of scouting for the team, so you know you probably did a little bit of scouting, I'm assuming, of KML?
Yes, we did, and they're a very solid team. They very few errors, throws to the right base. They do everything, the little things that make a team like them good and win.
We will come back here. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors, and then we'll take a look at some of the statistics here for the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers. We'll be back.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches, daily food specials, Fish Fry Friday, open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Upgrade your comfortable living space for 2025. Your living room should be a place of comfort and connection. A sectional provides the perfect blend of style and function, giving you plenty of seating for family, friends, and relaxation. For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving the Waupun area at prices you can afford. Visit us today at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on our latest arrivals, events, and deals. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, 50 years strong, quality you trust, prices you'll love.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Welcome back here to Jerry Meadham, a softball complex. Let's talk a little bit about here on the pregame. Let's take a look at the information here for the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers. Currently, they are 7-3 overall. They've had 114 hits as a team. Their batting average as a team is .357. On the pitching side, their earned run average is .251, 37 walks, 58 strikeouts. And you can see their schedule, and you're going to hear me talk about this with Coach Josh Novice during the interview here. They beat Waupun in conference. Non-conference game, they lost by 1 run to a very solid Mayville team who was predicted to win conference. They lost to Kewaskum by a run. They beat Oakfield, a strong, smaller division school, 15-13. But then they come back to play Plymouth, and they only beat Plymouth 4-2, and then they lose to Winneconne 5-4 overall. That puts them still tied for Waupun right now in the conference at 4-2. Let's take a look at some of their offensive stats as a team, maybe. But if we do it right here, there we go. As a team, they've hit 72, had 72 hits, scored 44 runs, 44 runs on those 72 hits, 24 of them earned. Again, the ERA is a .251. They've given up 1 home run so far on the season, 37 walks, 56 strikeouts. Their whip, so the walks to hits per inning, is a 163, which is pretty solid when you start talking about their pitching staff. For their offensive side, as a team, they've scored 91 runs on 114 hits, 52 singles, 25 doubles, 5 triples, and 2 home runs. They've struggling to see here in the sun. I should have probably put the canopy up. We were debating whether we would go with the bubble or the canopy. I can't. 26 walks, I believe, is what is the next column. 51 strikeouts so far as a team. Again, their slugging percentage is .496. They are not a home run hitting program. And again, Bruce, you had a chance to take a look at them. What are some of the players, if you can recall, that you thought were pretty solid for Kettle Moraine Lutheran?
It's quite ironic that the same group of girls that we see playing basketball in the winter are the best softball players for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. And Bartell's a fine one. Mackenzie Learing, everybody heard of her in basketball. She's over on the softball side of it now and does a great job. And
she's hitting .674 so far for the team. She's got a total bases of 444 total bases, 29 hits, 18 singles, 7 doubles, 4 triples.
And then we go to her sister, Brooklyn Learing. She's just another one of them really great athletes, and she'll hurt you in a lot of ways. They have pretty good team speed. They have good arms in the outfield, and all those little things are what really make them probably a team that wasn't supposed to be a contender in the conference, one of the leaders.
And that is one of the things that they have that coach will talk about as well. Kayla Knack is second on the team with a .412 batting average. Elizabeth Elke is third with a .375, and Evelyn Drager with a 68. So you've got, again, some solid hitters. Those are the only ones that I identify that were above 350. But you did talk about Brooklyn Leering as just a freshman. She's at 269 for a batting average, which was fantastic for a freshman, especially when you talk about the pitching that they're facing here in the conference.
And to tell you what kind of an athlete she is, she's a Division I basketball player offered already as just a freshman, so she's pretty special.
Let's take a look at some of their pitching statistics. The leading pitcher is Katie Brandt. She will be the pitcher today as well. She has a 3.175 earned run average. She has given up 27 runs on 46 hits. 19 of those runs are earned. And her overall record currently is 4-2. She's only given up one home run. She's had 26 walks, 32 strikeouts as a pitcher. And her whip is 1.71. And again, she's going to be facing constantly the toughest competition that you can see in the conference and non-conference.
No doubt about it. This is such a tough conference when it comes to softball. You know, we're not going to be in this conference, and neither will KML next year. But it's going to be a big change for us. Not that it's going to be easy, but it's a conference that definitely ain't going to have the powerhouses we have.
No, it'll be interesting, and what's going to happen is they're going to knock each other off, which is unfortunate with Kewaskum, KML, Winneconne, and Waupun. I believe are all Division II programs, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yes.
And they're all within the same area. It's one of the things that we have talked about previously about I wish that they would take a look at conferences and take a look at the regionals and separate them and say, we can put you together for your sectional. We understand that we don't want too much travel, but come on, there's enough other programs around every one of these schools that keeps that travel to less than an hour.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't mean to be going back to another sport, but just look what happened with us with football. We're having kids go away on Friday night for an hour and a half hour bus trip, and you really can't become a follower of a team when the games are so far away.
Right, and you're right. You just can't get there to watch all of those games. We're going to step aside here, and we're going to come back and hear. We'll take a look at some of the Waupun stats. We'll hear from Coach Josh Navas first. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Bruce Van de Zan here on Jeff's live stream.
This is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan.
Welcome back here to Jeff's live stream. Joining me now on the pregame show is the head coach for the Lady Warriors, head coach Josh Navas. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jeff.
Excited about a chance to see the ladies play once more, and it's a beautiful day out here, a light breeze, but a little bit overcast, which kind of helps, I think, for the right fielder and the first baseman here. So I think it's going to be a great day. So just talk to me a little bit about, we were here for Kewaskum, and then you played a game against Sussex Hamilton. So just talk a little bit about how that game went.
Yeah. Well, first, with the rain last night, our fields are in beautiful condition, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. And but we headed down to Sussex Hamilton to see the 8th ranked Division I team in the state, and they were all that they were supposed to be when they were ranked 8th, and they had one heck of a pitcher. She sort of had us stymied with her little rise ball and a curve. But the great thing from that day, we lost 4-1, and Kaylee Westfall had a home run in I think the 3rd or 4th inning to get us sort of back on track. And from that inning on, we were a little bit better. We talked about what pitches we wanted to attack and what we wanted to lay off of, and they still struggled a little bit, but they got better and got some runners on, but we couldn't get across anymore. But they didn't let the frustrations of their bat manifest into their defense, and that's a really high level move. That they didn't let that seep over to that, and they played really good defense. The inning they scored 4 on, they just hit the ball. We didn't have it moving in the right spot, and they're a great hitting team, so they took advantage of that, and then we shut them out from there. So it was a good game to be a part of to get us ready for big games. So
yeah,
we were
and
happy
once
to be
again,
there.
you loaded your non-conference schedule with teams that you want to be pushing you. So just talk a little bit about that non-conference schedule.
Yeah, I think out of the 8 out of 9 games are all right now ranked Division 1, 2, 3, 4 in the state. So we are not coasting anywhere in our schedule this year. So and the girls have answered to some of the bigger games, and we learn on those other ones. So we're definitely happy with our results, and then we transcend that into practice, things we work on, and reminders of what we have to get done and when we get those opportunities again in the bigger games.
Talk to me about today's opponent, and a little bit before you do that, talk about just the East Central Conference in general. I mean, KML's coming in here. You lost to them the first time you played them, 5-7, but they just lost to a Winneconne team who's sitting at 3-2 in the conference. You got Kewaskum, who one-run battle here, just a home run that was given up. They're 5-0 in the conference. Just talk about the East Central in general.
Yeah, it's just like last year. We're all getting each other better, and the teams are getting better as the season goes along. So with obviously Kewaskum's at top without a loss right now in conference, and now Winneconne's starting to dial it up. And if you got a chance to see the game, it was a great game to watch. It was a really fun game for anyone who's there in person, and then obviously the live stream. So it was nice to be able to scout and not have to leave my office there. So we certainly learned a lot from that game, and then the girls get a chance to watch it again and see if they're still in the same type of patterns that we saw from our first game. And we definitely, I can't say. I'm not predicting the future, but I know we'll be better defensively. So that'll make a big difference, I hope, in this game.
Yeah, you had talked about it in the last game when we talked about it, that you had dropped 2 already in the East Central Conference, and you said, we're not out of this yet. And I agreed you at that time, but Winneconne helped you out, but you still have to face them yet.
Yep, we're our second time around now. So if we have to go undefeated, but undefeated means nothing if we don't take care of game 1. So again, we're 0-0 going into this game, and the girls know that if anything in the future is going to check a box on our goals, it has to start today.
Talk about that Kettle Moraine Lutheran team then that you're going to be facing today.
They're fast. They're really fast. I think Addie plays with a couple of those girls on her travel ball team, so we got a little bit of a scouting report on them. And even having a scouting report doesn't mean you're going to do well against them, and they played well against us last time. So knowing their team speed, we worked on, the last 2 weeks we really worked on bunt coverages and being in a defense we call Texas, where we set up first baseman a little bit different and second baseman. So but we made some adjustments for this game. Again, we'll be in Texas, but a little bit different placements to help some of the pitch locations that we're going to try to throw some of them.
Well, Coach, I am excited about this opportunity. Thank you for joining me here on the pregame show. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, come on out. It's a beautiful day.
I
Finally.
hope that people will get out here and join us out here. It is an absolute beautiful day. It's been the head coach here for the Lady Warriors of Waupun, Josh Navas. We'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live stream.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The Rock Golf Club combines a great golf experience with the unmatched beauty of the Waupun landscape. Originally built in 1927, many of the holes on the front nine play as they were initially designed. Our seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings is what will bring you back over and over. Bridges at the Rock is the perfect way to end your round. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation. Better yet, swing out to the Bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Spring is here, and it's time for a tune-up at PT Tire and Service. Get your vehicle ready for those sunny drives with a thorough checkup. From oil changes and tire rotations to brake inspections and fluid top-offs, they've got you covered. Don't forget to check your wipers and battery, too. Swing by PT Tire and Service in Brandon for a spring refresh, ensuring your ride is safe and smooth all season long. Or call 920-346-TIRE to schedule an appointment. Your car will thank you. Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Softball Complex. Let's take a look at the information here for the Waupun Lady Warriors. It looks like that must have been Randy Bresser who we were waiting on to come here and umpire. 7-4 is the team record here for the Lady Warriors. They have 112 hits on the season. As a team, they're batting .370. In the circle, are you okay? In the circle, their earned run average is a .215, 25 walks, 76 strikeouts for their pitching staff. That is unbelievable. I don't have their first game that they won up against Cambria Friesland that's there. I'm trying to see if I've got what's happening here with my mixer to make sure I've got all of the shots here. You can see the captains at the plate there. Let's take a look at it. They've had a tough schedule here. They lost to Kettle Moraine Lutheran the first time. If I remember correctly, Bruce, you'll have to tell me. I believe that they had the lead in that game and they lost it in the last 2 innings.
Yes, that was one a game that shouldn't never have happened. They had the game under control, and it wasn't a good, nice night, for softball. But even at that, it was a game that Coach Navas really felt like the team kind of let it down a little bit.
And then they came back and they bounced back and they 10-run Plymouth. They beat Winneconne 4-1, who just got done beating Kettle Moraine Lutheran by a run. They 10-run Berlin. Had a tough game against Economowoc, and they beat Economowoc 6-4. 10-run Ripon. Lost to Kewaskum 1-0 on a home run, and you heard me talk about that with Coach Navas. They bounced back then on that Saturday. They come back and they beat West Salem, which is a solid program, and they 10-run them as well. And then they just lost 4-1 to Sussex Hamilton, who you heard Coach talk about, is ranked number 8 in Division I, and he thinks that they should be ranked even higher. Currently, they're sitting tied for second in the East Central Conference between Kewaskum, who is undefeated on the first round, through all of the teams in the East Central Conference. Let's take a look at the team statistics here. They've had pitching staff-wise. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right stuff here because I keep mixing it up. Yep, it is. They've given up 50 hits so far on the season. They've scored 28 runs. 20 of those are earned. It's an earned run average of 2.15 as a team. They've only given up 1 home run. They've had 25 walks, 76 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.15. So getting on base, a walk or a hit, is an extremely difficult thing to do against this Waupun pitching staff and their defense in general when you start to talk about the whip, Bruce.
Their Waupun defense is, we thought we were going to give up a little bit this year on defense, but there's really been some girls stepping up, young girls at that, freshmen and sophomores, which makes it that much better.
On the offensive side, as a team, they've had 303 at-bats. They've scored 90 runs on 112 hits, 81 singles, 22 doubles, 2 triples, and 6 home runs so far on the season. They've taken 42 walks. There's been 13 hit by pitch, 71 strikeouts, 47 stolen bases, only caught stealing 4 times, and the team batting average, again, is a .370. On-base percentage of 46.1%. They're going to start to put the players out here. They're talking about the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers. You can see they're sitting there in the camera shot that we have up in the left-hand side. Let's go through right away while they're talking about it. Leading things off for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, in the first spot is Mackenzie Leering, number 2, the shortstop. Second batter is Brooklyn Bartelt, wearing number 1. She is the third baseman. Number 3 hitter is Elizabeth Elke. She is number 4, is the catcher. Number 4 hitter is Kayla Kanak. She is the wearing number 8. She is the first baseman. The 5th hitter is Charis Winkleman. She wears number 10. She is the right fielder. Number 6 hitter is Haley Hess. She is wears number 12 in left field. Number 7, Evelyn Dagner is the second baseman, wearing number 14. Layla Schultz is number 7. She is the designated player. And Brooklyn Leering is the center fielder. Layla Schultz is hitting for the pitcher, Katie Brandt. Let's take a look at, I'm going to switch this to our main camera shot here. Let's take a look at the Waupun Warriors. Leading things off is number 2, Kaylee Westfall. I don't have all of their numbers, so we'll have to see if I can remember them here. Number 13 is the pitcher, Addie Braun. Batting third is number 33, Amelia Jones. She is the left fielder. Batting at number 12 is Leah Bawalda. She is the 4th hitter in the lineup. How about if I just look at it right on the lineup here instead of trying to read it off of the diamond lineup, huh? Number 21, the third baseman, is Ryan Babish. I'm not used to looking at the computer yet here. We're still trying to get used to it. I'm glad I don't have to score because it would have been a nightmare. Number 14, Hannah Beatty, is the first baseman. Number 15, Aubrey Farley. She is the designated player, and she is hitting for, I thought I had it listed there, but I guess I didn't. I put it down as Eddie Braun, but that's not right.
I believe it's going to be the second baseman.
Yes, for Rowan Harder, or for Carly White. And then Alexis Babish is the second baseman, and Rowan Harder is the center fielder. We're going to step aside here for the national anthem. We'll be back.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
born from a single project. WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Sports, our softball complex. That's what I believe that's what Justin Landel had called it. Is that how you know it as well, Bruce?
Yes, we do, yep.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Bruce real quick here, Jerry Miedema.
Well, he's been the pioneer of this Waupun softball. He put everything in motion with these three beautiful diamonds here. There was a time when all the games were played on one diamond over at McCune. McCune Beach Diamond, but everything around here is just done right, and he did such a great job of organizing it. And then you got Josh Navas that comes in and literally works these diamonds every day of the year almost. I mean, just does a fabulous job.
Yeah, it's a beautiful complex here. A couple of other people. There's other people who are pretty strong in the program, too. The batting cage is named after Denny Killam.
Denny Killam, yep. He was another one of the pioneers of when the Waupun softball program really got turned around.
Pretty excited about the opportunity that we have here to see these Lady Warriors compete. On the mound again will be Addie Braun. Behind the plate, Callie Westfall. Over at third base is Ryan Babish. At short is Carly White. At second base is Alexis Babish. And over at first base is Hannah Beatty. And here we go, Mackenzie Luring. Inside for a ball. You can see that here on our pitch cam here that we're sitting out here in the bubble at center field here, seeing as how we couldn't see that yet because I was switched not to the right one. That's a ball because there's two streaming teams here, and priority goes to our direct competitors, so they're the ones that gets to be up in the booth when we both decide to cover games. And I think this is an important game. We cover the program no matter who they're playing. We covered the West Salem game. We just believe in covering the schools. That's all there is to it.
If there's one weakness in the chink of Braun, is her first inning is usually her toughest inning.
Tried to lay down a bunt with Learing's got great speed. We saw it at Oakfield. I'm sure you've seen that several times as well, Bruce.
Oh, yeah. Waupun, they don't bunt like they did years ago, but they're very effective.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be pop fly, short center field. Nope, in the shortstop. Carly White's going to grab a hold of it. Let's see if I got the instant replay set up here. I thought it was going to carry a little bit further than it did, but we did notice before that the wind is blowing in. Learing's not really known as a power hitter.
She's a line drive gaps hitter. Puts contact on the ball.
Coming up now is the second hitter. That's going to be Brooklyn Bartelt, the third baseman. Right there in there for a strike. Right on the inside edge with a fastball. Probably can tell from back here, but Bruce, this is not my specialty. We've talked about it. So if you see a curveball or a rise ball or a drop ball, certainly point it out to us because we would love to make sure that we can point that out to the fans, and I'd love to learn.
Yep. She's probably, Addison Braun being there, is probably throwing a few more off change or off speed this year. Or tonight, I mean. Normally, she likes her fastball, and she gets it up to about 63 or 64 miles an hour outside. Inside the gym, she'll be up over 65.
That one's going to come right over to the second baseman, grabbing a hold of it as Babish fires over to the first baseman for the second out in Hannah Beatty. 2 up and 2 down here for the Lady Warriors.
Babish, just a freshman that just made that play.
Super athletic lady, though.
She's going to play D1 sports.
Yeah, I believe that volleyball is her prime.
It is.
And that's one of the things we've talked about has to happens here in Waupun. You like the fact that you have 3 sport athletes. Eddie Braun starts out the number 3 hitter, Elizabeth Elke, the catcher, with a strike. With a ball. Boy. Okay. We must have the wrong view here.
That one looked like a strike.
Right, that was 1-1. Thanks again for joining us here on the broadcast. We'll hope that you'll spread the word out there to pop into Jeff's live stream. Good, pull the string right there. Just a plain changeup, correct?
Yeah, it was a straight changeup, and there's really a big difference in velocity between her fastball and changeup, probably 10 miles an hour.
Definitely fools the hitter coming out of the hand. 1-2. That's going to be flared here to this. Oh, drops in there right behind second base for a base hit. Runner on in the catcher.
Kind of a softly hit ball that it looked like possibly Carly White would have got to it, but I mean, it might have hit the bag even that jumped over it, but she's a good shortstop, and she'll make a lot of those plays.
Yeah, it was just outside of the reach of both her and Alexis Babish. Did they keep her in to run? I believe they did, right?
Yep.
No. There's going to be the third out. I wasn't paying attention there, so I didn't get to see where it was at.
It was hit to the shortstop, Carly White, and made another nice play and got us out of the inning.
Just outside of my camera view because I didn't switch to the one behind the plate here. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 1/2 inning, the Lady Warriors coming up to bat. Your score is 0-0. We'll be back.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted Best of the Best Mattress Store and runner-up for Best Furniture Store in the Fond du Lac area. Whether you're looking to update your living room, find the perfect mattresses, or treat yourself in one of our relaxing massage chairs, we've got it all to take care of you. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Don't forget to like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on our latest arrivals, events, and deals. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, 50 years strong, quality you trust, prices you'll love.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Softball Complex. On the mound, the pitcher, number 11, Katie Brandt. She is in the flex position today, which typically your pitcher is a good athlete, so usually hits as well. So I'm not sure if they're trying to save her energy level so that she can do a complete game, Bruce?
I believe that's what it is. The game I've seen up over 2 games up over there, they did the same thing. And I think it is just the amount of energy to pitch the whole game.
Always amazes me in softball, no such thing as a pitch count.
Nope.
Although, and I talk about this too, and I don't understand this. Baseball has a pitch count, but there's no count for the catcher.
Right.
Who throws overhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that for softball. I get that it's more of a natural underhand. But what I don't understand is the catcher can throw back as many balls as they want. Now, I get it that they're not throwing full torque, but a lot of them throw back pretty hard in both baseball and softball.
Oh, yeah.
Leading things off here for the Lady Warriors. That's hit pretty hard. You can go ahead and catch that one, Cam, if you wish. Out of here. Leading things off, Kaylee Westfall with a home run.
When you talk about Waupun softball, you cannot talk about it without mentioning Kaylee Westfall, because she's not only a great student, a great kid, but what a performance she's put on. And if most fans don't know it, she's got a full ride scholarship to University of DePaul.
I did not hear DePaul. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's accepted it?
Yes. Yep. She'll be leaving early in the summer for training.
Getting things here in the second inning is number 13, the pitcher, Addie Braun. Does she go by Addie or Addison?
I think her teammates it's Addie, and adults is probably more Addison.
Okay, then I'll call her Addison, because I definitely am not a teammate.
Yeah.
I just don't have the athletic skills anymore. Has nothing to do with gender. That's going to be hit hard to the right side and foul.
Ball seems to have a little bit of a jump off
It
of it
does
this
today.
afternoon.
I wonder, a little bit warmer weather. The sun is here, and it really is helping that ball fly. And it's not to take anything away from Kaylee hit that thing into the wind.
Yeah, that one didn't have a chance of staying in the park.
Not at all. I don't know what the count is to Addie.
I believe
2-1, 3-1. Here's the pitch. That'll be a walk for. Nope, it won't.
I believe that was Callie's third home run in 3 games now.
That could be. I believe that Josh talked that she did have Sussex Hamilton. The game before that was, yes, she did have one against West Salem as well.
Yep.
That's going to be a line drive shot right up the middle here for Addison Braun, and she's going to be on with a single as well. You know that these ladies playing at home want to have a great showing here for the home crowd. They want to defend their home diamond.
And they want to prove that them being state champions last year was no fluke, because obviously it wasn't.
Yeah, and the handling, the ladies have handled the pressure, I think, better than Coach Navas. He talked about it a couple of times when we've interviewed, and a couple of times off air. I mean, he had felt tremendous pressure, especially in the first couple of games. He said the Cambria game he didn't really count as really a pressure game, but then the loss to Springs, that he said that really hurt.
Yeah.
And then coming on at home, he said he was super nervous playing the first game at home in front of the home crowd to make sure that he was able to do what he was supposed to do. That's going to be hit into the air, first base side, out of bounds.
Jeff, I don't know if you knew it, but that game between Cambria, Friesland, and Springs, they were played in the dome up there at Oshkosh.
And I'm not familiar with what that looks like, but I knew that was an indoor game.
Yep.
Playing on artificial turf obviously is completely different than what these girls are used to.
And I will guarantee you one thing, they wouldn't have played if it wasn't a dome.
Right.
Because it was an all-day rain.
And Springs gets an opportunity to get practice indoors because they use the Marion complex.
Right. And so do some of our other teams in the conference. Plymouth's got an indoor facility.
Hit over to the first base side. Grabbing a hold of it is the first baseman, Kayla Knack, for the first out.
KML is also a team that's going to, when this structure is complete, they'll have an indoor facility too.
They will.
Yep.
And they're going to be playing indoors?
They will
or
be practicing.
Just practice facility indoors. Okay. Up now for the Lady Warriors. Trying to lay down a bump. Pops that one up. Catcher's going to grab a hold of it for pop fly. As that was, I'm not sure who that was. Cam, who was that was up? Amelia Jones. Thank you.
She's really had a great season this year, hitting the ball hard.
I think I'll just open up the scorecard. That's going to be a pop fly to the second baseman for the third out, but the home run by Kaylee Westfall gives the Lady Warriors the lead 1-0 here after one. So that's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 1 left on. After one complete, your score 1-0 here at Jerry Miedema Sports Complex, their softball complex. We'll be back.
Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, located on
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Field. Charisse Winkleman up to bat. Charis? Terrace.
Another good KML athlete.
So why did he say Charisse? I assumed that he got pronunciations, but I guess he did not. I thought it was Karis because that's what I covered when we were at Oakfield. That's going to be hit foul. That'll make the count 0-2. Addie way ahead. Addison, I guess. I'll have to get used to that. I don't know what it is, Cameron, but I do the same thing with everybody. Call them with nickname, whether they like it or not. Okay. Swing and a strikeout for Addison Braun. You can hear that glove pop all the way out here as she cranked it up.
Being warmer weather than playing in right now, I think her miles per hour is up a couple tonight. Got a radar gun in the car I could have went and got, but
that pitch comes in here to Haley Hess. She stepped out a little bit there on that pitch. Strike one. Here's the pitch on the outside. That kind of looked like that was like a little bit of a drop ball there.
Edwin had a little bit of a slope to it when it got to the catcher.
Makes it 0-2. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be high. See if she would chase. Did not.
A good waist pitch by Braun.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that like we were talking about before. There is no pitch count. I get nervous when they do that in baseball. Fouls that one off in Hess. Keeps the count at 1-2.
I think what it does in baseball is it extends games. I think it really does make it the games a lot longer.
Here comes the pitch. Hits that one over to the third baseman, grabbing a hold of it. Nope, foul. Still was Ryan Babish. That I can't see here either because we're not directly behind the plate. And if I would just look at my camera shot, I would be able to see it.
Ryan moved over to third base this year and done a pretty solid job there. She's really been the last year had a lot of injuries, so she fought back well. One player we haven't talked about that we haven't seen this year yet is Ava
Van de Zan with her, yeah. She blew out that knee.
ACL, and it didn't heal well, and she was all-state last year, hit that big home run, made that amazing catch out in the outfield in the state tournament championship game. Well, she was Waupun's leading hitter last year.
Yeah, I know. We missed having her out here to watch. That's going to be hit. Oh, a foul again. Hess is behind.
Such a strong arm Ava Van de Zan had. She brought so many things to the table as an outfielder and a hitter.
Here's the pitch. That's going to be a pop fly to the infield. Got Alexis Babish has it underneath. I hit the button here, and I hit the wrong one. And she gets the out. My apologies there for missing that pop fly.
The last couple of weeks, the grass out here sure has greened up.
It has. It looks absolutely beautiful out here. They were out here mowing the lawn, one of the city workers was, and I said, I hope that I don't leave any ruts, and he said, nope, you're fine. So with my shoulder surgery, if I don't have to carry stuff all the way from either the side road or from the parking lot, definitely helps. Strike number 2.
I think you'll see some high heat here from Braun on this count.
Ahead 0-2 if I remember correctly. Yep. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one off again to the first base side. Yeah. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, foul into the fence. Allergies?
Yes, I do. This fresh green grass.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. That'll do it. Here comes the pitch. That's a little bit low on that changeup. Are we at 2-2?
2-2.
Here comes the pitch. Gets her swinging on that high pitch for the strikeout. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody on. After 1.5 complete here at Jerry Miedema Softball Complex, your score 1-0 as the Waupun Warriors come up here in the bottom of the second. We'll be back.
Way between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes. Katie's Log Cabin.
Welcome back. Here's the dugout shot for the Lady Warriors. There's our behind the plate shot. Coming up here for Waupun, leading things off. It's number 14, Hannah Beatty. She takes a big swing on that pitch from Brandt.
Beatty's a little bit of a surprise starter this year. She kind of was a beneficiary of Ava Vandezand going down already in volleyball. But she's had a pretty nice year. Was hitting leadoff for a long time this year.
Yeah, she was well over 400 when we were first talking about her in the early part of the season. Also talked with Justin Landell up there the other day, and he said that it was between her and Jalen. That's in there for a strike.
She has a little bit of speed when she was hitting in the leadoff. I think she just cooled off a little, and maybe Josh lowered her in the lineup to take a little pressure off of her.
Here comes the pitch. Change up. Low. Count. 2-2. Can't quite read the red print on my scoreboard cam. Not yet. It'll get a little darker maybe, and we'll see. That's going to be a base hit right over the shortstop, and she's going to get the single. Nice piece of hitting up there for Hannah Beatty.
Yeah, she became very selective at that last pitch and went right with it, and nice base hit to the outfield.
Brings up now the designated player, number 15, Aubrey Farley.
Aubrey's also the second string pitcher, so occasionally there's kind of a little bit of a rotation. The Waupun is really blessed with pitchers right now.
That's going to go foul to the third base side. Yeah, they are, and we had a chance to see Leah Boalda pitch against West Salem, and she was pretty solid in that game as well.
Yep, she hits that 60 miles an hour, which is pretty good for high school softball.
And she's just a sophomore, right?
Junior.
She is a junior as well? So is Farley. All three of them are juniors?
Yes.
Here's the pitch. That's going to hit her in the shin. Wearing one for the team, which is extremely important when you are playing some team softball. Does not necessarily feel all that great, but you got to do what you got to do.
You just don't want to tell the pitcher that it hurt.
Yeah, right. Can kind of see that, though, with her limping over to the dugout. We'll see what happens when she heads inside. I did not pick up who the pinch runner was. I'm guessing that it is
Kluge?
Caroline Kluge would be my guess. Up to bat now is number 16, Alexis Babish, the second baseman. That pitch is in there a little bit high.
Another one of the freshmen.
Juniors and freshmen make up this entire team almost, correct?
Right, yep. Talk about the lower levels. Waupun's got a couple of outstanding pitchers at the lower level. I think when Braun graduates in another year, there'll be not a big drop-off. Not that she's not good, but these girls are really good.
That's going to be hit hard over here. That's carrying. Just off of the glove of the center fielder. That's going to allow for one of the runs to score. Here comes the throw by Leering. Tried to get her picked off over there. And that was Carly White who actually is running.
I was very close to a catch there. It looked like it hit the end of her glove, a little bit of snow cone, and fell off of her glove. Helped the Warriors right at the time.
That's interesting that your flex player is your pinch runner today for the pitcher. Although Carly's got great speed and she's got great experience, so she knows what she's doing on the bases. Like that run right there. She knew she wasn't going to make it, turned, came back. 1 run scored. Lays it, pop fly to the first base side. They double it up, as that was Rowan Harder.
Rowan's the 9th hitter in the order, and she's kind of one of those that she knows it herself. She's a senior. We had her in basketball, smart girl, that she has to get that bunt down.
Yeah, it ends up into a double play as the runners are all taking off on more of a sacrifice bunt situation. It's really a hit and run. The girls were taking off, assuming that she was going to execute.
Exactly.
Brings up top of the order. It's in there for a strike, Carly White, just as we were talking about. There's that delayed steal. It's one of those that I have loved watching from the ladies from Waupun. There's probably the best team I've seen that does it.
And there's a scouting report on KML is they don't field it that good, the bunts.
That's a little bit high into Westfall.
Looked like a pretty good pitch.
It did to me as well.
Sure Kaylee would like to see another one of those meatballs come to her.
White over at third. There's one that's hit. This time to the left fielder, grabbing a hold of it and getting the out is Haley Hess. But 1 run comes across for the Warriors.
Looked like that one got under in her hands a little bit.
Didn't quite get as much on it as she wanted.
Nope, not like the last time.
1 run on 1 hit? I believe it was 1 hit. Well, no, that was an error. It went off of her glove. 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. After 2 complete, the Waupun Warriors are up 2-0 over Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers. We'll be back.
Place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Terry Holes and Ada Shunja.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Sports Softball Complex. 2-0 is your score. The Waupun Warriors are up over KML here in the top of the third. Leading things off is the number 8 hitter, Layla Schultz. Addison Braun on the mound. Starts it out with a changeup. A little bit low. Kaylee Westfall behind the plate. Over at third is Ryan Babish. Carly White is at shortstop. Alexis Babish is at second. And over at first is Hannah Beatty. That's in there just a little bit low. Thought it was pretty close to the knees. That'll be 2-0 is the count. To Layla Schultz. Brooklyn Luring on deck. That's going to be hit foul. Ryan Babish grabs it to make sure it doesn't come in fair territory.
Ryan really plays on the line there. Stops a lot of doubles.
You talked about it too, very athletic. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on that changeup. Good pitch there by Addison Braun.
Addison Braun is going to be attending college at Sioux Falls, South Dakota for She'll be pitching there.
That's going to be hit to the left-hand side, just fouled. Hannah Beatty trying to give chase, could not get to it. Or was that Alexis Babish? Babish from second trying to grab a hold of that. Good hustle play there by the second baseman.
Good speed, too.
Two and two. Down low. Is that correct? Is that a full count now?
Full
yep.
count.
Full count. 3-2. Addison was seeing if she would get her to chase. She did not chase after that one.
High heat right here.
Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle. That's going to be fouled off. Addie does not walk a lot of people.
No, she does not. She's a very, very smart pitcher. All of Waupun's pitchers do a nice job of not walking many.
Oh, what a change up there on the outside edge for a strikeout. What a great pitch by Addison Braun.
She's enjoying herself out on the mound today. She's so close to the strike zone on everything.
You don't have a choice.
Don't have a choice.
Struck out, yep. Swinging. No, looking on the outside edge. That was an outside look, strikeout looking.
Yep.
Here comes the pitch. Top of the order. Mackenzie Leering. Strike out that one. How did she do the first time at bat, Cameron? She's the one that had the little bloop over second base. Fouls that one off. 0-2.
Braun is getting ahead of virtually every hitter.
That's what you'd like to see out of your pitchers. Make sure that they're ahead. I'm sorry? Oh, this is Brooklyn Leering. I'm sorry. That's going to be hit hard over the head. No, good recovery over there by the left or right fielder, number 12 for the Waupun Warriors.
It's Buolda.
Yeah. This one is. So I had the Leerings mixed up. Now coming up to the top of the order is Mackenzie Leering.
Big inning for the Warriors right here, trying to get through that top of the order.
Starts her out with some high heat. That time it's a ball. 1-0 to Mackenzie Leering. First time up, had a single that just popped right behind second base. Here comes the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1.
It'll be interesting in the next inning how much of a leash Brandt's going to have on pitching. Behind a couple runs, I'm sure the coach ain't going to want to fall too much farther behind.
Mackenzie Leering tries to lay down that bunt to try and use that speed, plus being the left-handed hitter. Hustle up the line. Unfortunately, went foul for Mackenzie Leering. Behind in the count. That's going to be a pop fly over here to the left side. Getting underneath it is Amelia Jones. Tracks it down and gets the third out of the inning. Good play there by Amelia.
Good inning for Braun.
No runs on, and no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After 2.5, your score from Jerry Miedema Complex is 2-0, the Lady Warriors. Coming up to bat here in the bottom of the third. We'll be back.
Is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holz Realtor.
Is your child ready for life? At Central Wisconsin Christian, we equip students not only with an exceptional education, but also with the spiritual foundation they need to navigate today's world with confidence and faith. Our graduates are prepared for life, academically, personally, and spiritually. Discover what makes Central Wisconsin Christian different. Call us at 920-324-4233 or visit us online at wearecwc.org.
Welcome back. Addison Braun leading things off here for the Waupun Warriors.
Addison, one of the more powerful hitters for Waupun, second in the team with home runs.
Love to help her cause right here. Hits that one hard, but on a rope right at the left fielder, or right fielder. Everything's backwards here for me. And a great catch over there by the right fielder, Charis Winkleman.
Great catch. He got a good jump on the ball, came in and laid out for it, and got it at the out for KML. That would have been a dagger for them first out run of the inning, or out rather.
Yep, it was hit hard on a line.
Yeah.
Up now for the Lady Warriors, number 33, Amelia Jones, the left fielder. We just saw catch that last out. Double checking here what we've got going on in that chat. Trying to make sure that you saw there. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from. It doesn't matter to me whether you're a Chargers fan or a Warriors fan. Put it in there. Let the ladies know you appreciate all the effort that they're doing. That's in there for a ball.
Amelia Jones started out the season as a cleanup hitter and been in and out of that position, but she's become a real reliable hitter for the Warriors.
Been super solid.
Yep.
And draws the walk on 4 straight pitches. You don't typically see that coming out of Brandt.
Or KML pitchers for that matter. That's why I'm not sure how long he'll stay with this pitcher. If, he's got a couple other ones that can throw.
You would think, though, with a 2-run lead, that's not insurmountable yet.
No.
Up to bat now is the cleanup hitter, number 12, Leah Boalda. We saw Boalda make a great play over there in right field as well. Runner sitting over at first base. Here's the pitch. Change up inside and low. I'm not sure how many stolen bases Amelia Jones has. I don't think that base running probably is her specialty.
You're right. She'll get a good jump, but she's not going to have a lot of stolen bases.
That's going to be hit foul down the third base line.
The Warriors really look pretty comfortable at the plate against Brandt. I mean, they're getting good hacks at every pitch.
Here comes the pitch. That changeup held on to a little bit too much. Way high out of the zone. Umpire, I can't see him flash the... Usually they give us the numbers. That's going to be hit well down the left line. Foul. I'm going to have Cameron take the stool and fix that. It twisted even more, so I don't know if it's the wind or what's the deal. Unless there's been that many fouls. I'll see what he thinks here, if he wants to take a look. Cameron, you want to take a look here? Do you think that we should change this? Behind that plate.
More towards third?
Yeah. That's going to be a wild pitch and a stolen base there for Amelia Jones. I mean, we're barely catching third base right now, so I'll have you, if you're okay, Bruce, if he can take that stool and he'll fix it and he'll bring it back. You don't need that one? You can reach that? Jeez. In there for a strikeout looking. Good pitch there by Brandt. Ryan Babish. With Amelia Jones sitting over at second base.
Base hit will possibly score a run.
2 down here, though, for the Lady Warriors. It's going to be hit to the third baseman, picks it up, fires across the diamond to get Ryan Babish out on that third out of the inning. No runs on one hit. Nope, that was a walk that she got on with. No one run. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left on after 3 complete here from Jerry Medium Sports or Softball Complex. The Lady Warriors are up 2-0. We'll be back. Leading things off now is the number 2 hitter, Brooklyn Bartelt.
Braun's been almost perfect today. It would be nice if he could keep finding the strike zone.
Hello, Cam. Just a little bit too far now at third. Swing it back towards first a little bit. Sorry about that in the broadcast here. Trying to get this camera set up right there. Whoops, a little bit too far to first now. And that'll do right there. We'll make that work. Thank you. Bartelt up at the plate. In there for a strike.
Outfielders playing deep for Bartell.
The number 2 hitter. She's got good power at third base.
Rowan Harder playing deep in center and Jones deep in left.
Good reaction there by Addie. Grabs a hold of it, fires it over to Hannah Beatty to get the first out.
The advantage of fielding your position.
Good hand reactions right there because that ball was hit hard right at her. See the celebration in the dugout as well. Come out to check and see to make sure that she's okay.
Looks like she'll be okay.
Brings up the number 3 hitter, Elizabeth Elke. Here comes the first pitch. In there for a strike right on the outside edge. That looked like that had a little bit of a change of pace as well, but I don't know if it was a changeup, more of a drop ball. It's dropped right at the plate.
I think that was a drop ball.
I don't know what she has in her repertoire.
She's got about 4 pitches. Obviously, the fastball's at number 1. It's got some giddy up on that one. And they're.
Thank you. It's going to be a pop fly off of the score box, I guess is what you would call it up there, the broadcast booth.
Braun has got real good feel for the ball today. You can tell how she's very comfortable going with a high fastball on 2 strike pitches.
0-2. Gets her swinging for the strikeout.
Kept it just off the outside of the zone, and great pitch.
Nice strikeout there for Addison Braun to take down the number 3 hitter. Brings up the number 4 hitter, Kayla Knack.
Big out right here.
Definitely would be. Take out 2, 3, and 4 hitters.
If she can do that, it's going to make the game a little bit, not easy, but a little bit easier to finish it.
Here in the 4th inning.
Yep.
Here comes the pitch. Fouled. Actually, I think it was a swing and a miss over the top.
I think so, too.
Yeah, great change of pace that time again, too. I think that was a full changeup right there. In there. It was in there for a strike as well. Comes right back with some heat. Oh, I don't know where that one missed.
That was pretty close. Looked like one of them fastballs that were up around 63 or 64.
Right around the letters.
Yep. Pretty hard to catch up with that.
Gets her swinging for the strikeout. Nope. 2-2, I guess. I thought she had her as well.
She did too.
And so did Addison because she was walking off as well. So
not much guess what she's going to get here. High heat again.
Here comes the pitch to Knack. Swing and a strikeout now for Addison Braun. 3 up and 3 down takes out the heart of the order in 2-3-4 for the Lady Warriors, Addie Braun. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody on. And after 3.5 complete here from Jerry Miedema Sports or Softball Complex, I'm going to get rid of that sports sometime. Your score.
Christian, preparing students for life and eternity.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-20.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Let's see, who is that up there? Pop fly over to the left-hand side. Just foul inside the fence.
I'm not sure the second baseman took the right
angle on that one. Yeah, no, I would agree with you.
I think she ran around the extra steps and didn't get there.
It looks like that's number 14. Is that Hannah Beatty up there? Yep, thank you, Cameron. It's in there for a ball. 1-1. Thanks again for joining us here on the broadcast. We hope that you like the multi-cam reviews. A couple of things that we like to hang our hat on that are different than at other places, we believe, is at Jeff's Livestream. We like to have the multiple cameras. That's going to be a little flare over the shortstop's head for a base hit for number 14, Hannah Beatty, to get things rolling here for the Lady Warriors.
Second hit on the night for Beatty.
Great job there.
Put the ball in play. Didn't hit it hard, but put it in play.
All you could ask for.
Yep.
Get runners in on bases. Brings up number 15, the designated hitter, Aubrey Farley, designated player in softball.
Farley missed all of last year with an ACL, and she came back strong this year.
Fouls that one off.
Nobody really knew for sure what was going to, how she was going to do this year, but she's beat all odds and is on the field.
Yeah, she did a good job. The first time I saw her pitching, I had her confused, actually, with Addison Braun. I should have known by looking at the knee brace, but I didn't really pay attention there. I thought that she was dealing well.
What I've seen of her pitching this year she's been pretty solid.
Ball high, yeah.
She's around the strike zone.
Pretty potent combination between the three pitchers then.
You're right, and then the two coming up after next year, it's gonna be lethal.
Here comes the pitch. Hit hard outside of the left fielder. That should be a double. Coming in and slipping around the base, scoring from first. It's going to be Hannah Beatty and Aubrey Farley with the double to score the run.
Aubrey's at bats just getting better and better as the season goes on.
So awesome to see her bouncing back, just like you had talked about, Bruce, coming back from that devastating injury.
Yep. Same with Ava Vandezand. You know, hers doesn't come back as fast, but we're still hoping she'll be available for Legion ball.
Is she a junior also?
Yeah.
That's going to be hit well as well to the left side.
Gone.
Foul. Almost out of here. Would have been close in fair territory. Left fielder over here, and Hess has her work cut out for her right now.
Ball really jumped off the bat there.
That was a great swing there by Alexis Babish.
Yep.
You talked about it before, just a freshman, but very, very athletic.
Yeah, she's...
That one will be popped up in foul territory. Nope, it'll go back behind into the stands. 0-2.
Both Babbage girls play all three sports. Brian and Alexa.
Just saw the center fielder here shift over a little bit in Brooklyn Leering to try and help cover a little bit more of this gap over here.
Waupun's been finding that gap.
Aubrey Farley sitting over here at second base. 1-2 to Alexis Babish, the second baseman. In the 8th spot. Hit on the ground. Grabbed there by the third baseman. Farley takes across. Good play over there by the third baseman from Kettle Moraine. Nope, they're going to say it was foul.
Foul.
Well, I thought that was a good snag.
I was confused. Some of the players are leaving the field, and some were staying. And
it certainly looked like to me that it went over the base from what I
Yeah.
could tell, but
Not
we don't
getting-
have the angle here.
Not getting too much of an argument.
Inside and low. Good battle here between Brandt and Babish. Excuse me, 2-2. 1 out?
1 out.
No outs. That's what I was wondering, yeah. That's going to be high. Gets it to a full count. That's right. Beatty led things off. Right. Then Farley and then Babish is up right now. Chance here for the Lady Warriors to break this thing wide open here in the 4th inning. Hit foul again. Does that tell you that she's seeing the ball really well?
I would think so. Yep. Ryan had some injury problems last year. Even this basketball season, she probably missed half the basketball season with leg and knee problems, but she came back strong.
Hit on the ground. This time it is to the third baseman. Fires across the diamond, gets the out, but Farley advances. So on the fielder's choice, Farley advances to third on the 5-3 putout. I don't know how I feel yet, Cameron, about having the electronic scoring. I know I love all the statistics and everything that's going to be kicked there, but I like keeping the book so I know what the heck's going on. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Rowan Harder. What did Rowan do the last time? She strike out?
Fouled out, I believe.
Here's the pitch, this time popped up to the third baseman, getting underneath it and grabbing for the second out was Brooklyn Bartelt. Brings up the top of the order, Kaylee Westfall.
She's had a pretty good night so far.
Runner sitting over at third base. You'd really like to see Kaylee bring her in for sure. Help out the cause.
Yes.
Snap throw. Gets away from the third baseman. So Aubrey Farley dives back in there. I don't think she was expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. You don't see that a lot in softball.
I don't think Josh was expecting it neither in the third base coach.
Westfall, 1-0. Has a home run. Drilled one before, but it was a good catch. That's going to be another base hit right here for Kaylee Westfall. Gets the RBI and the single to come on in and score that run.
I think it showed some of her power on that swing, Jeff. It looked like she got it in on the hands and really didn't get very much of it, but enough to get it over the infielders in front of the outfielders.
That's what I thought too as well. I mean, it did show good discipline there as well.
Yep.
That ball came with some good velocity out here. One hopped right over here to the center fielder. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high. Kaylee Westfall, just we know this year, broke the stolen bases record. I believe, if I remember talking to Josh, she's sitting at 62 now. And just as a junior, that number is going to climb.
Right.
Little bit low. 2-0.
Westfall's a senior.
Kaylee is a senior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. As I mentioned earlier, she's going to play for
DePaul.
Yeah.
In there for a strike, 2-1. Addie was giving her a chance to see if she could get a swipe that base.
A couple other Waupun girls are college scholarships before her injury. Ava Van de Zan was being looked at by D1 schools, so
I'm sure that once she comes back, she'll still have that opportunity.
Sure. Yep.
3-1 now to Addie Braun. What's that? Yeah, Addie Braun up the bat.
Everybody talks about Addie's pitching, but I'll tell you, she can hit the ball.
And she's very disciplined at the plate as well.
She is.
And she has good speed, heads up base running as well.
She's another one of those girls that missed her first year with an ACL.
Just does a fantastic job. Coming in as a courtesy this time, I believe that's going to be Caroline Kluge who comes in to run.
Number 99.
Brings up number 33, Amelia Jones. She got things started in that second inning. Westfall, this time the catcher in Elizabeth Elke, aware that Waupun may take that delayed steal. Pops up behind Jones. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Westfall's going to take off. She's going to get in there with a stolen base. Number 92 is pinch running. I take that back. I thought that it would be. That is Caroline Kluge.
Kluge,
yeah. There's another stolen base to add to the total for Kaylee Westfall.
What a career she's had to this point.
Not many catchers do you have as your stolen base leader.
Right.
That's in there for a strike. Taking off on the delayed steal. They get her out, and Westfall wasn't quite ready for it. And going down on a stolen base for the third out. That's not one that you want to do.
Looks like somebody might have missed some signs there.
Going down on the throwout on the 2-6 stolen base. Your score is it 4-0? Did they score 2? 4-0 here for the Waupun Lady Warriors. We'll be back here for the top of the 5th.
Or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Welcome back here. Charis Winkleman is coming up to bat here for the Chargers. On deck will be Haley Hess, and in the hole will be Evelyn Degner. Good pop of the glove, a little bit inside and low. Force her off of the plate. It's a good wasted pitch.
Yeah. Braun has been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, so teams are ready for him.
Here comes the pitch. That'll be in there for a ball.
Tad bit outside of Pierce.
44 and 17. That's awesome. That's what I do like about that program. Does a good job of keeping track of that. That's going to be hit off of the glove. Alexis Babish had it. Harder drop, bobbles the ball. They fire it in. And that's going to be an error on the center fielder. The runner advances.
The ball only went a couple of feet from her, but that was enough because she had a big turn at around first.
That was just smart base running there by the right fielder and Winkleman. Yeah. Brings up Haley Hess.
KML doesn't want to run into outs, but when you're trailing 4-0, but that was pretty safe.
Yeah, you gotta force the issue a little bit. It's a ball on the outside. You don't get a lot of stolen bases on Kaylee Westfall either.
No. She hops out of her stance really quick. Releases the ball right by her ear, and it's a
rocket.
A rocket.
White. Now they've got her in the pickle. Good job here. White went to third. They're going to get the lead runner, and Babish gets out, but the runner advances over to second. So I believe that was a 6-5-4 put out on the fielder's choice, and then the runner advances to second. Just trying to help Cam come up with that scoring.
KML coach isn't real happy with what just happened.
I believe it is 6-5-4 on the fielder's choice for the put out. And then the runner advances to second.
Just what KML did not need at the minute.
No, they didn't want the out, but that was a smart play by Carly White.
Oh, exactly. Carly's a very smart player. Great teammate. There ain't enough good things to say about her.
I can think you can say that about the whole team.
It is, oh, for sure. They're a great group of girls.
That's going to be foul for Hess.
Carly White's got great leadership without saying a word.
Yeah, I take that back. That's not Hess. That's Degner who's up to bat.
Yeah.
Nope, you're right on it. That's going to be hit. Babish grabs a hold of it, fires over to first to get the out. The runner advances to third on the fielder's choice. But they'll take 2 outs right now with the runner sitting at third to try and preserve that 0 up on the scoreboard. Now somebody should be yelling in there, don't say that, don't say that, announcers jinx. Forget that stuff, they can't hear me.
Right.
Don't believe in it. Layla Schultz coming up. She is the designated player. I don't think so. I think that's got to be I guess that is number 7.
Green,
first pitch in there for a strike.
Green numbers on black uniforms are hard to see.
Yeah, exactly. Good snag there by Kaylee Westfall. 1-1. Especially when you're this far away. 200 feet's a long ways to watch. Right on the outside edge at the knees for a strike. 1-2.
Braun still got pinpoint control. Putting the ball right where she wants it.
Runner sitting over at third base. Here comes the pitch. Gets her swinging on that drop ball right there. No runs on 1 hit. 1 error and 1 left on. After 4.5 complete, your score. The Waupun Warriors are up 4-0. We'll be back.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you should trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture, Marf. 50 years strong.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Softball Complex. Leading things off here is Amelia Jones for the Lady Warriors.
Jones had a decent night at the plate.
Yeah, we got to start thinking about, as we get closer here, we'd like to do some on-field interviews. So we'll have to start thinking about who we want to have a conversation with. We'll use a camera. We'll use the center field camera out here for that. And if you just want to set the camera, then and pick up the other ones, we can do that. Excuse me. Amelia Jones. I lost track of the count because I was yakking. 2-2. Right on the outside, but a ball too far out. Thank you for giving me the count. That's going to be a little bit of a flare to the shortstop, Mackenzie Leering. She grabs a hold of it and gets the out for KML, the Chargers. Might be able to go with Addie Braun. I know that we've talked to Kaylee a couple of times, so I'd like to talk to a couple of the other girls that are out there. That's going to be hit foul. I know she hit a dinger, but I hear you. Trying to figure out who else. You'll have to tell me. Amelia Jones had a pretty decent night at the plate so far, right?
Yeah.
Fouls that one off.
I think Beatty had a two.
Leah Bawalda.
I think Beatty had a two-hit night.
0-2. That could be. You got a preference? Put it in the chat for us. Brant tried a little bit of a change up there. Slipped out of her hand. 1-2. Fouls that one back over the backstop. Keeps it at 1-2.
If things keep going as they are and Waupun ends up winning this game, it'll probably almost eliminate KML from a conference championship.
Yeah, it's hard to say because there's so much. 2-2 is the count now, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just hard to say with the way that this is. They battle each other and they knock each other off. You would think that 3 losses will be tough. Full count.
There's probably only one conference team that can't beat another conference team, and that's probably Berlin. And not to take nothing away from them, but they're young and new coach and being rebuilt. But other than that, anybody can beat anyone else on any given night.
Leah Bawalda with the base hit. Hopped up over the glove of the third baseman. Not much you could do there as the third baseman. She was right there ready to take it, and it just hopped up over the top of her glove. So for the infield hit. Well, not even the infield hit, just a single.
Single, yeah.
Brings up number 21, Ryan Babish. Change up in there a little bit low for a ball. Here comes the pitch. Hit over to the third baseman, trying to flip the double. Gets it dropped over there by the second baseman. That's going to be an E4.
It wasn't a great throw, but it's definitely a play that the second baseman's got to make.
Definitely should have had.
It might have even short hopped the glove a little bit, but even at that, it should have been an out.
Leah Boalda is in there at second on the error. Runners at first and second. Brings up number 14, Hannah Beatty. It's okay. Let's have that. Let's put that one on the radar as well. So we got Boalda and Beatty and Amelia Jones as offensive players to talk to. In there for a ball, I believe it's 2-0.
2-0.
1-1, okay. That's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Leering fires across the diamond instead of flipping to third to get the out. Is that the first out of the inning? Second out. Okay, now I understand why she did that. 2 down on the 6-4 putout. 6-3 putout, sorry. It's going to bring up number 15, Aubrey Farley.
I hit her 2 tonight. Stolen base.
It's going to be a little bit inside.
I think Brandt's not quite throwing as hard as she was earlier in the game. She's still effective, but...
Yeah, I would agree. That's going to be hit hard down the line. Foul. Boy, was she all over that.
She did not get fooled.
Aubrey Farley.
Newfound power.
Yeah.
She's another one of the girls that's really a competitor. She loves her all sports, but she's really developed herself into a nice softball pitcher.
1-1. It's the first time I've seen the umpires show the signs, but that doesn't mean I've been trying to look to see.
Should have a piece of orange tape on his arm.
Yeah, there's something. Paint his fingernails? It's going to be hit to the shortstop. Leering grabs it, fires across the diamond to get the third out. No runs on 1 error. Was there a hit? Yeah, there was a hit.
1 hit.
And 2 left on after 5 complete here from Jerry Meadama Softball Complex. Your score is 4-0 for the Lady Warriors. We'll be back.
Quality you trust and prices you'll love. Vernate Furniture.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options.
Welcome back. Leading things off here in the inning is the number 9 hitter, number 9, Brooklyn Leering. Top of the order, due up. Drop ball in there for a strike.
Again, she starts out that first hitter with a strike. Makes things a little bit more easy when you do that.
Try to get ahead in the count. Here's the second pitch. That's going to be hit out here too. Amelia Jones turned the hips the wrong way. That'll be a double, stand-up double for Mackenzie Leering.
A catchable ball. I mean, you can ask Amelia, I'm sure she's going to tell you she should have caught that ball.
She just turned her hips the wrong way to
Yeah.
start with. So it's still going to go as a base hit.
And you could just see the wind get under and carry it too.
Nobody out. Top of the order in Mackenzie Leering. Brooklyn Leering sitting at second. That's going to be hit to the third baseman. Foul. Good job there by Babish to grab a hold of that one. Yeah, it was. Looked like a Hoover vacuum cleaner over there.
Really important part of the order right now for the Warriors. Get out of here.
Base hit there with a nice line drive for Leering. Brooklyn Leering's going to score, and the throw home is going to allow the runner in Mackenzie Leering to advance. So a single with an RBI, and the runner advances to second.
Be interesting if Josh goes out and has a visit. Might change the momentum a little bit.
We're going to step aside. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream, along with Bruce Van de Zan and the Cameron Hatcher.
Salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to The Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at The Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Welcome back here to Jerry Minima Complex. In there for a strike to get things led off here to the second hitter in Brooklyn Bartelt. Nobody out. 1 run's come across for KML. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
I think maybe Josh went out and said just slow it down a little bit. And
that's in there for a base hit. Leering turned but couldn't get it in, and now it's going to allow the runner on the mistake. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. It allows for Bartelt to move up on the throw. It's not an error, but it moves on the throw. And runners now at second and third. Third time through the lineup is always a challenge for a pitcher.
It is.
You got to come back. You got to throw away everything that you did before and come back with a totally different mindset against the hitters.
I don't know if it's just me or is Braun went away from the fastball a little bit.
That's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side to the number 3 hitter, Elizabeth Elke. Nobody out. 1 run scored. Runners at second and third. For the Chargers, they've got something rolling here in the top of the 6th.
Good place to get a strikeout.
Good block there by Kaylee Westfall. Ball in the dirt. Here comes the pitch. A little bit high. Is that 3-0? 2-1. Thank you. Edison gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. Fouls that one back, gets ahead in the count, or ties are equal to the count now, 2-2.
Getting 2 strikes, you're looking for fastball.
Against the number 3 hitter in the lineup. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Blocked again. Good job there by Kaylee. Squirted quite a ways away, but Luring could not come in. Good job and on the coverage there by Addison as well.
The way Braun was rolling, you wouldn't expect her to get in any kind of trouble tonight, but
no,
it's here now.
In there for a strikeout, looking right at the knees. Strike 3. That helps to take out the number 3 hitter for the first out. But it brings up your number 4 hitter in Kayla Kanak.
Adds a little power to the lineup right here.
Still only 1 down. KML, as you mentioned there, Bruce, has something rolling here. Fouls that one. That's going to go off of Kaylee, so they'll give her a little bit of time.
I don't know how you feel, but it feels to me like Braun has just lost a little bit off the fastball.
It seems like it, and it doesn't have quite the positioning that she would like to have, moving it inside and out.
Right.
Looks like Kaylee caught that one off of the throwing shoulder.
That's been happening to her more than once.
That's not a surprise with the movement that Addison Brown has on her pitches.
Right. Her mom was telling me she may be a second baseman in college.
Kaylee?
Yeah.
Okay. Good pitch there. Comes back with some good smoke that time.
She found it there.
Yeah, I think she must have heard you out here, Bruce. Bring the heater. Fires that one right down the middle. That one's going to be hit foul towards the first base side, out of play. Shadow just starting to creep across the diamond now. You can see it there with the camera view.
Right.
The sun still sure feels good.
It does. Didn't know what it was for a while.
That's exactly right. Snap throw, and they've got Leering in a potential rundown right here to try and get the third out. Throws it, and a good rotation is taking place here right now by the Lady Warriors. Perfect coverage here as everybody's in the mix. They're going to say she's in safe.
Wow, that had to be a drop ball because the thrower beat her. Well, Waupun is leaving the field.
Oh, the umpire over here said safe. And I think the home plate umpire called out, so we're going to have a conversation here.
I don't think they can change anything.
Well, whose responsibility is it to call that? I actually think it is the home plate umpire. Usually has home and third.
Home and third.
So if he's the one that has called the out, it's gonna stand that way, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Unless the ball was dropped and he could see it. Nope, the home plate umpire is going to overrule and get the out. 1 run on 2 hits. Yeah, so I'll help you with that. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream.
Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. SAMS also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for SAMS well drilling. We at SAMS are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. SAMS well drilling, well worth it.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you are looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Okay, welcome back. Thank you. Bottom of 6, so we're going to put together here who we're going to start to talk about interviewing. You could help us out here by putting something in the chat. Let us know who you think we should talk to. Disappointed that we don't have anybody putting in their favorite players or who you're cheering for, where you're watching from. We can see how many computers are logged in. And I know that sometimes it's difficult to put that stuff in, especially if you're watching on a TV to put into the chat. That's going to be a pop fly. Getting underneath it. Good read there. Coming back first was Brooklyn Leering, and then she made a good read, steps forward to grab a hold of it as it hung up a little bit in the wind. Goes down for the out.
It didn't look pretty, but it was a textbook catch because she's seen the swing of the bat and went deep first and then knew she could come back and
Exactly.
catch it.
Brings up the number 9 hitter, Rowan Harder. Rowan struggled at the plate today.
She's had a kind of a tough year at the plate.
Yeah, she has, and she was pretty solid last year towards the end of the year.
Toward the end of the year. She covers a lot of ground out in center field. She's a really good athlete, and
people don't realize how much that actually does take a toll on your batting as well, because it's trying to get that bat speed to come there. Everything comes from the hips.
Yep.
As much running as you do, it does take a toll.
Yep.
Ooh, that one just barely missed inside. So I just got to make sure that at this half inning, Cameron, you'll have to tell me again who we're going to talk to and give me some of their stats just in case they don't come back up to bat. Rowan takes that changeup, pulls it foul down the third base side. Here comes the pitch. That's right at the third baseman. Good reaction there in Bartell to grab a hold of that to get the out. Excuse me. Brings up the top of the order here for the Lady Westfalls. The Lady Warriors, Kaylee Westfall.
she'd kind of like to put a cherry on the night.
That might be hitting it right here and right over the dome. What a shot by Kaylee Westfall. Sends that one right over our bubble. You called it there, Bruce. What a shot.
You may have a new guest for the game.
I guess I don't have much of a choice but to have that conversation now. I think I have to. Number 13, Addie Braun. You can see the celebration in the dugout.
Happy group of girls.
5-0. Trying to avenge this loss that they had to Kettle Moraine, or 5-1, I'm sorry.
5-1.
Yeah, to Kettle Moraine the first time at KML's home stadium. That's in there for a strike.
Josh told me the next day that after that loss to KML was the hardest practices he's had in all the years he coached. He had them running steps and hallways and everything except softball that to get their mind back on playing the game again.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a punishment because that's not Josh's style.
No.
Just to try and clear the heads, know that they're in shape and get things do a little bit differently.
Yep.
What's the count here? It looks like 3-1. Here's the pitch, a little bit low. Addison draws the walk for the Lady Warriors.
She's one of those players that always finds ways to get on. It's not always a base hit. Once in a while, it's a hard hit ball that can't be fielded, but she's.
Number 4 coming in to run for Addison Braun. That's going to be Reagan Holtz.
She's one of those up-and-coming players that's going to be really good. She's young. She's a sophomore.
I'm going to have to start circling some numbers here and writing down some stats unless I take that iPad, but it didn't really help me the last time because I didn't even know what I was looking for. Okay. So definitely have got Kaylee Westfall now in the running with 2 home runs, 3 for 4.
Typical night for her, though.
Yeah, right. Brings up number 33, Amelia Jones. Fouls that one back.
She had a pretty good pitch to hit there. Missed it a little bit, but she gets that pitch back again. She might be able to drive it.
What's Amelia at the plate for today? 1 for 2? 0 for 2, okay. That's in there. In there for a ball. 1-1. Reagan Holt sitting over at first base. 5-1 is the score. That change up a little bit low. 3-1. Okay, I thought it was 2-1. Here's the pitch. Is that going to be Dolman? Nope, good read there. Wind almost had it there. I think they got to go on an E8 on that one.
That's a tough one to call, though, just because that got up in the wind.
The jet stream knocked it down.
Same thing that happened to Amelia Jones in the last inning.
The only reason I say that, though, is because Brooklyn kept fading and fading back here, and then all of a sudden made the read and then started to come forward.
Right.
So a misread there. Coming in to run now, it looks like that's going to be number 10. That's going to be Aubrey Quas coming in to run.
Junior. Real good player. Transferred in here from Menominee Falls a couple of years ago. Strong arm.
Hit to the third baseman, knocked down, fires across the diamond, and Bartel to get the third out, as that was Leah Bawalda. One run on one hit. I believe it was the home run was the only hit, if I remember correctly. One left on and one error. And after 6 complete, the score, the Waupun Warriors are up 6-1 over the KML Chargers. We'll be back.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping, enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway, call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346 Tire.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at...
Welcome back here. First pitch by Addison Braun is fouled off to the right-hand side to Charis Winkleman. That's what he said, but I don't think so. Hit over to the third base side, grabbed over there by Ryan Babish. What about in the field? Who's had a good defensive night here? I don't know that we've had.
Also, Carly White, she was pretty solid.
Hit down, foul. Now way ahead in the count for Addy, 0-2, I believe. That's going to be fouled out of play. Oh, and 2, I think, is still the count. Here in the top of the 7th. That's fouled off again. Good job there by Winkleman to keep battling on those change of pace. Right now, Bruce, though, I would agree with you. Here's the time. Come back with your high heat. You've got her down low, thinking off speed. Why not come back with some smoke?
Yep.
Try and blow it right past her. Ooh. was the right call, but inside.
She's looking back at her, the umpire, where did it go?
Yeah. 1-2. Gets her swinging on a changeup. Fires down on the dropped strike, but goes out as a strikeout. Maybe we should have a conversation there with Carly White. So we want 28, 2, and 14. And then we can talk to Coach Novice as well.
Testing. Test. Testing.
Here comes the pitch. Wanted to test my handheld microphone. Fouls that one off.
Just got a piece of it.
Two and one. That one I could hear for the umpire. Here's the pitch. Grounded over to Carly White. Grabs it, throws across the diamond, gets the out. Nice job there by Carly.
Again, she fields her position very well.
We talked about her heads-up base running before. Couple of good defensive plays so far, so she's going to one that's on our radar that we're going to have a conversation with. 2 down here now for the Lady Warriors. The Chargers at their last out. Is this Degner up to bat? Thank you. In there for a strike. Will you be able to come in here and run those ads? Okay. Grounds right to Addie Brown for the 3rd out, and the Lady Warriors come out of here with a victory. Stick around with us. We're going to step aside, get some ads, and we'll come back and get some interviews here. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream along with Bruce Van Zandt. Thanks, Bruce, for joining me here today on the broadcast.
A lot of fun and great win for the Warriors.
238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Upgrade your comfortable living space for 2025. Your living room should be a place of comfort and connection. A sectional provides the perfect blend of style and function, giving you plenty of seating for family, friends, and relaxation. For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving the Waupun area at prices you can afford. Visit us today at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhagsfurniture.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on our latest arrivals, events, and deals. Verhags Furniture Mart, 50 years strong, quality you trust, prices you'll love.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer.
Welcome back here to Jerry Miedema Softball Complex. Joining me now is number 13, Addison Brown. Addison, what a night on the mound today. Just talk to me about what it was like facing back here against KML.
Yeah, we knew that they were going to be a good team. We faced them earlier. It was a cold game earlier, if you remember, but yeah, we knew that they were going to be a good team, and we really dialed it in yesterday so we could try and give it our best that we had.
First two times through the lineup, you really had them stymied quite a bit. And we talk about it all the time. The third time through, no matter what sport you're playing, you get a better sense of how the pitcher is pitching, and they seem to come back a little bit. What adjustments did you make there in that third time around?
Yeah, I knew that if I did my thing on my mound, my defense would have my back. Alexis over here, she's making great plays. Carly make great plays. So it's just so nice knowing that they have my back, that if I do give up a hit, that they can still make the plays.
75 strikes, 27 balls. Really good control out there tonight. What did you notice? Again, we saw a lot of good off-speed pitch. You just kept them out of balance the whole time.
Yeah, the changeup and off-speed, it's such a good pitch. Coach Josh, he helps us with that all the time. He knows how valuable that is, and his pitch calling is really getting good. We're starting to really get used to the cards and everything, so it's just so nice to have good communication between the catcher, me, and my coach.
Congratulations, 5-2 back now in the conference.
Yes, thank you.
Great job. This was Addie Brown. Joining me now is Alexis Babish. Alexis, first of all, I'm Jeff Sauer. It's the first time we've had a chance to talk, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Great job there at second base. Just talk to me a little bit. We heard Addie talk about how she trusts her defense. I was impressed with how quick you were flying around to try and get to some of those foul balls and the communication that you had there in the infield. Talk about where that comes from.
It comes from Addie pitching. Like, her hitting her spots really helps the defense. Like, her able to get them, like, grounders is easy for us, like, clean and, like, be able to get them out at first. Like, her hitting her spots is huge. And then, like, just going after everything. Like, you rather make a mistake going 100%, and you never know if you can get to it unless you try.
Well, and you did a fantastic job there. I thought you also did. The numbers don't necessarily reflect it, but I thought you did a great job at the plate. So just talk to me about your approach against Brandt up there.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've been working on my hitting, and she was throwing me a lot of inside, and that's like, so I was trying to turn on it, but I don't know. Just my approach up to plate is like, I'm swinging unless she gives me like a ball that I can't hit. Like, mine is like yes, 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 no. Like, until it's not there, I'm looking to get a good pitch and like drive it. And I don't know, our team did really good hitting. Like, even if I couldn't hit, like, everyone else was, like, there and able to pick everyone up, so.
Yeah, it was a fantastic day. I don't have the final stats because I can't click at it, so I'll have to see if I can do it. But I think that if I remember correctly, I think we want to have somewhere around 8 to 9 hits as a team, and that's not including the 2 home runs, because those, I mean, yes, they're amazing shots, but really it's the regular hitting that took place. So talk about your approach, again, up there at the plate.
Yeah, I think we're all looking, like, to get a hit. Like, we've seen this pitcher. We faced her in KML, and we kind of, like, got the feel of what she was throwing. So we were going up there ready. We're looking to hit. So
Feel good to get the victory?
It does feel good.
Continue to defend the home field. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. This is Addie and Alexis. We'll come back. Can you send me, ladies, can you send me Carly and Kaylee, please? And I want 14 also. We'll step aside here. We'll get some ads, and then we'll come back, and we're going to talk to a couple of those other players. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream.
We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
Welcome back here to Jerry Meadham Softball Complex. Joining me now is Kaylee Westfall. Kaylee, this is getting to be old habit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I talked about this before. I do try and spread the wealth, but you make it very difficult for us not to interview you.
I love talking to you guys. So.
Well, and you're fantastic. I got it too. You do an amazing job here. So first of all, let's talk about your approach at the plate. Yes, you generated the power. You've always had decent power, but it also comes from being able to time the pitch. So talk to me about how well you actually had a great solid single as well.
Yeah, I know that when we played them previously in the season, I didn't have my best hitting game, so I was able to make those adjustments at practice and right before the game and stuff like that. So, and timing is one of the biggest things I've been working on right now, so I'm glad to see that it paid off.
And it did. So talk to me about the 2 home runs. Talk about the first one. The first one got still stuck up in the wind a little bit. It carried probably out, we're watching it maybe about out by 4 or 5 feet. So just talk to me about that first one.
Yeah, I knew that I barreled it up because it felt really good and it sounded really good, but I was making sure that I was running because I didn't know if that wind was going to push it back in. So
fantastic there. And then the last one, I thought you were going to hit my Jeep there.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And when I went back to umpire, he's like, I think you just missed the car.
That's okay. If that's going to be your target, we'll take that out there. That was a fantastic job.
Yep.
Talk to me about behind the plate today. You had a fantastic job of working there with Addison. The two of you did a fantastic job. She had 102 total pitches, 27 balls, 75 strikes.
Yeah, but she's a really good pitcher, and I'm glad that I'm back there to make her look good.
And you did a great job. And I thought what was most impressive to me is that strike him out, throw him out that you guys did. Talk about that. There was a lot of people who touched that ball on that put out at third.
Yeah, I knew that she was getting a big lead, and I didn't know didn't know if she was going to bait me or not, so I threw it down, and I'm glad that we just got the out and we were ready for it.
Is that something that you practice? Again, I believe that 6 people touched the ball.
We practice pickles a lot and just pickoffs, so I'm not at the same time, but we put 2 and 2 together. So.
Well, that was a great day and a great job at the plate. So congratulations. How does it feel to get this win back that they took from you at their place?
It feels really good.
Congratulations. That puts you right now second by yourselves in the conference, and it still is complete within reach, chasing after Kewaskum.
Yeah, we knew that after we lost to KML the first time that we were really going to have to work hard this game, so we're going to have to really work hard for the rest of the conference games too.
Congratulations on a good victory.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up, number 28, Carly White. Carly, thanks for joining me here on the post game.
Yeah, thank you.
I am very impressed with overall your intelligence that you had out here defensively, base running. So talk to me about that delayed steal that you got into third base. Talk to me about your approach there.
I play a little bit of travel ball. Well, used to. I played for the Bandits, and my coach was Quinn Haynes. He's the varsity coach for Beaver Dam, but he kind of helped me out with my IQ and what to do on those plays. So when I got it, originally I was thinking to fake her, but she's just right in front of me. I was like, hey, you gotta give it to me. So I kind of just went with the flow.
Well, but again, we will talk about it, and Bruce was commentating with me today. He talks about the heads up there. Talk to me about your approach as at the shortstop there. You do a great job of communicating, taking charge of the infield, and some great plays. So just talk about the defensive mindset you guys have.
Yeah, center field and shortstop are definitely the positions where it's like leadership. You want to talk to your teammates, know where they're going. So I kind of just make sure I'm talking to them all the time, communication. We had a little blooper by second. And Alexis Babish, very good second baseman, but we're both like to attack it. So it's just communication.
Well, you just barely missed it. We don't think that either one of you could have made that play, but the fact that you were that close on such a ball just tells me that you're reacting well. How does that work with? Do you guys understand the pitches that Addie is throwing as well?
Yeah, we kind of like know where to position ourselves a little bit, and then Josh helping us out with like the hitters and what side they hit to the most. So I kind of position myself depending on like where they're going. So
Congratulations, a great job in the field today.
thank you so much.
Good job. Joining me now is number 14, Hannah Beatty. Hannah, thanks for joining me here on the post game.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Great job at the plate today. Just talk to me about your mindset up against a really solid pitcher in KML in Brandt up there.
I just like to go up there and have fun and put a smile on my face. It's just, you just got to stay out of your head and just know you can hit and just go up there.
And you did hit 2 for 3 tonight again. So did you see her when you were at KML?
I did.
So what was different this time?
It was a lot warmer, so I feel like that also helped. But I just had more confidence being in that number 6 spot this time and just going out there and having fun.
And you have had a much stronger approach this season than last year, and a lot of it obviously comes down to playing time. So talk about that. How does that build your confidence?
Being on the field, it definitely builds my confidence because I know he wants me out there and he knows I can hit and he knows like what I can do. So that really builds like my confidence and just wanting to be out there.
Are you helping put out that Strikeout for Cancer together?
I'm not personally, but I'm very excited for it. Come watch next week Tuesday.
We're going to be here for it, so I wanted to give a chance to give it a plug, so thank you for doing so. Congratulations. How's it feel to get that win back?
It feels amazing just to play as a team and defeat what we lost to last time.
Great job here. Thanks for joining me here on the postgame show.
Thank you.
All right. This has been Hannah Beatty here joining me. We'll step aside here, and we're going to come back and have a conversation with Coach Navas here shortly. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Good? Who said that? Oh, Hannah?
Oh yeah, probably should have made 2 trips.
Hey, Josh!
Here he comes. There he goes. You want to go to some ads?
Yeah, you're still in ads, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
I just pushed the button he told me. It didn't click. It did? It didn't. It's okay. He's just still up.
That's all right.
You got the maestro back here. Yeah. The scouting group. Didn't even talk to me today. I do.
Yeah, you're good. It's still live. Yeah.
The girls do. The girls did fantastic, and thank you for sending. We loved it. We talked to 5 of the girls. That was fantastic. Coach, just talk to me first of all about how does it feel to get this big victory over KML?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we had some hiccups at the beginning of the season, so the second half we told them we're in playoff mode now. So enjoy the tightness that comes with a playoff game and the excitement that comes, and they answered the call at the plate. Played some really good defense, a great pickle. Couple too many throws, but they got one of the best base runners in our conference, maybe even in the state, and we got her off on third, so that was really good for us.
Talk to me about the weather here. I mean, that also has to make a difference here, finally getting into a little bit warm weather.
Yeah, our pitchers like when they can feel their fingers. Makes a difference. When Addie had a couple good drop balls, again, I think even with when we can establish that pitch, as we did a couple days ago with Leah, and when she hit that, we knew we'd have a good day at the plate. So, or on the mound, and they wouldn't probably be able to attack too good, knowing you can level change like that is really good.
102 pitches she had. I believe that it was 27 balls and 75 strikes. What a good combination there for Addie.
Wow. Yeah. I just told one of our coaches I don't even remember the game. So I'm glad you're coming. I'm glad you got the stance. I see you using. Isn't that a nice app?
Yeah.
I love that app. But yeah, you can't get more efficient than that. I mean, because and some of those balls were supposed to be too. So we call it pitching in our L. And so I wouldn't be surprised if she was close to 80 then, 80-90% instead of 75%. In regards to successful pitches that we called. So. Yeah.
Well, and we were very impressed also. The first 2 rounds, she kept them completely off balance. I think they may have had a couple of hits before that. They ended up only with a total of 6 hits, but third time around is always very difficult. So how do you help with your calls for a pitcher?
Well, and this, we're not giving anything away, right? If you have a pitcher that you can save a pitch, for that second or third time through, and we did that for them. But maybe it was the wrong thing to do because that's when they barreled them up. They had a couple in that one inning. They hit a couple nice line drivers, muscled that another base hit through. So but we try to save a pitch is what we try to do. Because Addie's really got a great control on all of them. And today, when it's nice weather, she usually has command on every pitch. So to be able to save that pitch or save a location, for hitters and stuff like that. So and she did that. Proved by her stat line today.
Talk to me about the offense. Disregard the 2 home runs. Obviously, we know that Kaylee is an awesome player. She can hit the ball. In fact, she almost hit the Jeep. I wish she kind of would have had an insurance claim, but maybe. But it was actually pretty cool to watch it go sailing over the dome right here. But talk to me about the rest of the players and their approach that they had at the plate.
It started, actually, you'd be surprised. It actually started on our bench. Our bench girls were absolutely fantastic, the best they were all year long. The energy that they fed us was just incredible. And no matter what, someone was coming in frustrated, they had them up, and they had them positive. They had them, we were giving them 5-10 seconds to be, to themselves, and they were out of it even quicker than that. And that's a testament to our bench players and the conversations we had over the last 2 days about how we approach things when we're not in the game. And they shared that energy, and a lot of that, it doesn't show in any stat book, but we know as a team and as a family that they really helped us through some of the tough pitches. Maybe they're down 0-2 a couple times and came through with hits or at least a couple foul balls to stack up the pitch count. And that came from our bench. It really did. I was really proud of those girls.
I thought that they did a fantastic job. Okay, let's shift gears here, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about Saturday. Tell us what's going on.
Boyd Turner. My daughter's back in town, and she goes, the last time we saw them, we were at State, 2015. And we used to play them all the time in the beginning of the year. Coach Hagstrom loved scheduling them. They're a great team. They used to be D2. Their school system must be shrinking a little bit, so now they're down to D3. But I think they're 7-3 or 6-2 maybe. And just a good team. They want to come up here and play us. We'd love that.
10 o'clock?
10 o'clock, yeah. I know there's some confusion with our girls, too, but it's 10 o'clock and noon. I asked them if they wanted to be a little later, and they said they were good with an early start. So I wish it was later because I got to be up at 6 in the morning then to get the fields ready.
And we're going to be here to cover it. We're looking forward to that. But then talk about next Tuesday as well, special event.
Yeah, that's the girls' game with Plymouth, and we're really thankful that Plymouth understands what that game means with the cancer awareness, strikeout cancer game and stuff. The girls are every day they talk about it. It means a lot to them and a lot to the ladies that they're going to support here with the money that they earn. So, just come on out and have a great day. It was special last year. It'll be just as special this year. So
I always want to give you a chance to talk about your team and the great things you got going on. Coach, thanks again for joining me here on the post-game show. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
All right, very good. We will see you on Saturday. That was head coach Josh Novice. We'll step aside here and we'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Welcome back here to the post-game show. Bruce, give me your final thoughts here on this contest that you had here today.
Well, it was a great game against a really good team in KML. Waupun came out. They were just a little bit sharper. Addison Braun was really good on the mound tonight. Threw strikes when she wanted to. I think she threw twice as many strikes as she did balls, if not more. And defense was really good. It seems like the Warriors are starting to gel. They had a couple of tough games when things weren't going quite as well. But tonight, everything went well, and they're starting to prime up at the right time of the year.
You heard me talk about all of the different stats here as we got a chance to talk to a lot of the girls. We really appreciate them taking the time to talk to us. It's easy. Everybody wants to pack up and get out of here and get home and get something to eat, so thanks to them for doing so. I want to, again, take a look at our upcoming schedule that we have here. So we had 3 games going on today. Tomorrow we are going to be covering Waupun Warriors baseball at the DeBoer Classic. 7 o'clock is the start time there. We'll be on air at 6:30 as the Waupun Warriors will start the tournament playing against Oshkosh North, I believe it is. It might be West, whichever one they didn't play of the Oshkosh teams.
That'll be Oshkosh North.
So it'll be Oshkosh North that they'll be taking on. And then we'll be back here Saturday for the doubleheader, as you heard Coach talk about Beloit Turner. And we'll also be over at the Ball Diamonds over there at the high school as they're taking on at noon. Waupun plays. If it's the winners, they're playing over at the Gus, and if they lose, they'll be playing at Schlevy. I'm not sure if we'll go over to Schlevy or not. We have to take and think about that. Also, and they have another game at 5:30 again, depending upon whether they win or lose. On Monday, you can see that we've got 2 games that are scheduled on Monday, and we've got 3 games that are scheduled coming up on Tuesday. On Monday, what's also not here is we also are going to be covering girls soccer at CWC, as long as we can find somebody who will announce for me. So, again, that's the schedule that we got going on here. And you also heard Coach talk about the strikeout cancer, and there is that information there. The girls are pretty excited about this. We covered it last year, and we absolutely had a blast with them. And they do a fantastic job of raising money here to make sure that they support 2 ladies here as they try to strike out breast cancer here. And that's one of the things, Bruce, and you can talk about this. You've lived here your entire life, about how the community rallies around events like this.
Oh, Waupun is great for coming around people that are needy, need anything, and Waupun people will be there.
So we hope that you'll also be here on Tuesday as we're going to be covering that event as well. Thanks again to Bruce for joining me here on this broadcast. I really appreciate it, Bruce. Thanks. The Dr. Cameron Hatcher here did a great job of running the Game Changer. He was my runaround guy, and he's also my setup and cleanup and tear down as I've got trying to make sure that I'm not messing around with this rotator cuff. And I was just talking before I got in here. I said I shouldn't have been holding that iPad as long as I did. I'm probably going to pay the price for that. But I can't think about it when the adrenaline's flowing when I get a chance to talk to these student athletes. I just absolutely love it. Hope you've enjoyed our broadcast here on Jeff's live stream. This is Jeff Sauer. Hope to see you at a diamond near us. Signing off. Take care, and God bless.
Thank you for watching our broadcast. A shout out to our sponsors. This is Jeff Sauer. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Until next time, may God bless you today and every day.